Welcome SAO survivors! This week the question of is Asuna expecting, over an illustration people are sharing with zero context, yes, we'll talk about it, has overshadowed other major news like Season 3, Alicization's second half, the War of Underworld sub-arc, finally arriving on official streaming platforms with English dub, Alternative GGO V12's release, Sachi's birthday, and many more. Welcome to This Week in SAO for all your weekly SAO news. We'll of course talk about the illustration of Asuna in a bit, but we do have a format to follow. If that's the only news you're here for, please use the chapters feature to fast forward to it. But we're starting with the actual biggest news here, the dub of Sword Art Online Anime Season 3 second half, featuring the War of Underworld sub-arc, was being held hostage by Toonami for a very long time, despite the dub being complete ages ago. The funny thing is, it wasn't even available for streaming on their website in full, even if you had a valid US-based subscription. Well, finally, that terrible exclusivity has come to an end. Those of you who have been waiting for the dub version can now watch it on platforms like Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation, and potentially others that the Sword Art Online USA Twitter account has not mentioned. I'm not exactly sure how this transfers over to other regions of the same platforms, but you should probably check if you are waiting for the dub. In other news, Brazil, honestly, what are you doing? I have no clue at this point, but I believe this is the actual official binding final true announcement for the Brazilian release of the Aria Starless Night movie. The fans over in Brazil have lived through a massive roller coaster of emotions throughout the months. They had the movie confirmed for Brazil from official accounts at first, but then had all the announcements of the confirmation deleted off the face of the internet, had listings go up for an early February date that also promptly got removed, but now they have the movie once again confirmed, this time scheduled for a March 10 release. Hope you enjoy, dear Brazilian fans, although keep that tweet bookmarked and check occasionally if it's been deleted or not until the release date, just in case. Light novel news, as we talked last week, Alternative Gun Gale Online Volume 12, the 5th Squad Jam Part 2 has officially released in Japan. I'll be linking all the illustrations from the book down in the description if you're interested, provided by Celeste, and a friendly reminder that if you wanted more AGGO but never knew it continues beyond the anime, you're looking to start with Volume 4 of the light novels. Amazon and book depository links will be in the description. It is Sachi's birthday this week, February 10th, so we have a special birthday corner featuring special Sachi dedicated art and news. Let's start with this beautiful illustration of Sachi and the Black Cat by Kohiru Mame on Twitter, and continue with this lovely illustration by 2Tora2 featuring a fragile Sachi holding a flower. You can of course find a lot more beautiful birthday art of Sachi under this hashtag on Twitter, but since it's Japanese, I'll just put that in the description too, so you can just copy paste. It's hard to write that, I know. But as usual, both Integral Factor and Unleashed Blading are celebrating her birthday too. Integral Factor has the usual login bonus giving you additional diamonds, as well as a Sachi birthday order for pools. There's also a special campaign to raise Sachi's friendship in the assist character feature. Unleashed Blading, on the other hand, only has bonus diamonds, as it does not deem side characters profitable enough to give them individual units. To be fair, it does take more effort for them to create a fully new character, so I will excuse them on that aspect. However, they will try to sell you a birthday JPEG that you cannot even save on your phone as well, so you can probably just head over to your favorite data miner's Twitter to grab the illustration and use it however you want. You know what the best part is? You'll keep your access to the image even after the gacha game shuts down. Well, that birthday corner took a weird turn. But you know what's weirder? People taking an illustration from the game and spreading lies claiming Asuna is pregnant in Moon Cradle. I even considered doing a separate video during the week about this, but figured it would look too much like clickbait. This stupidity does not require that much attention. The gist of it is, it's an illustration from the events of Sword Art Online Volume 20, Moon Cradle, the second book, Chapter 5. SAO Unleashed Blading has just published the next part of their in-game adaptation of the story and has a lot of images to go along with that story, so I do recommend just, play through for the obvious context rather than just grabbing the image and running around claiming things you don't know. What happens in this illustration specifically is that Kirito turns Asuna around and hugs her from behind, and there's only so much on the body that you can put your hands on without compromising from the PG-13 rating. Sometimes I feel like internet access should be behind PG-13 ratings to keep people clearly below the minimum intelligence required away, but Then I remember it's mostly adults trying to gain clout by lying that way. That's that. Let's move on to the actual news topics again. Starting with the integral factor, we have Valentines Selection Scout featuring previous Valentines units, a new Eternal Order featuring Asuna, Yuki, Yui and Argo, along with the previously mentioned Sachi Birthday Scout. A new Chaos Dungeon high difficulty boss has been added for those who love chasing top tier cosmetic rewards, a new Defense Battle event added, as well as the arrival of a new guild ranking event. If you're interested in any of them, make sure to check the notice board in the game for details. Unleash Blading, in my opinion, has a bit more content to stick your teeth into this week. New Ordinal Battle PvP season is here for some much needed diamond rewards. While the daily free pools have gone down from 5 to 1, weekends now feature those free up to 110 pools kind of scouts, which I presume solely exist to let you know how terrible the rates in this game truly are, when it will just allow you to pull 77 units and none of which will be 4 stars. The Idol crossover is of course continuing in the game. The Lifa unit has just been released, and since I always pull 0 4 stars in those free pools, the game pities me enough to give me a single 4 star in my first discount pool as usual. Yes, I did get Lifa too after getting Asuna, which is really nice. You know what would be even better? If the game would not think, yeah, that's probably enough to keep him on a hamster wheel, give him nothing in the next 5 multi-scouts as usual. But Lifa unit, of course, is there to accompany the Idol crossover story campaign further. Aside from the Idol stuff, the aforementioned Moon Cradle adaptation continuation has arrived. We're now roughly at the midway point of volume 20 and are reaching the actual revelation of the mysterious circumstances really soon, as much as Moon Cradle story actually ends up revealing, that is. Luckily, the game actually aims to carry on with an original continuation to the story, which does have its own issues, but not gonna go into that. This is a news video, you can hear my opinions in my Moon Cradle opening explained video instead. We got a lot of figure news from Japan actually, thanks to One Fest 2022. First one is a progressive Asuna figure from Sega Prize, planned to come out in April 2022. A 1/7 figure of Stacia Asuna has been revealed by Emon Toys. Currently only an uncolored version was showcased. A Japanese doll themed Asuna 1/4 scale figure by F Nex is up for pre-order until April 13. And last but not least, another progressive themed Asuna Furyu SSS figure planned for release on the 4th week of April. Hey dear Japanese figure makers, I hope you one day decide to sponsor my channel with your lovely figures. Thank you, onegaishimasu. In the weekly art corner, we have a mix of official and fan art. February 8th marked the release anniversary of Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, so we got the commemorative illustration for it featuring Kureha and Zeliska on the official SAO Games website, Beater's Cafe. A special illustration card of GGO Kirito is bundled with Phantom Bullet manga for purchases in Japan at gamer stores. Mugetsu has shared a teaser illustration from his next chapter of Canon of the Golden Rule manga adaptation, and fellow Na from SAO Wikia has colored a panel from the most recent Canon manga series to go along with it. There's this lovely Unital ring themed illustration featuring the 3 Cait Siths of the series by She2She4 on Twitter. And one last one, I just wanted to share this beautiful Sinon illustration by Omurice on Twitter. As always, the relevant links in the description were available or needed, so if you have questions where a certain merch release, artist illustration, the previews, translations, book releases are from, just have a look in the list down there. Sadly, no translation corner this week either due to our restructuring at Dreadful Decoding, so please stay tuned for this weekend. Don't be shy checking out channel merch as well, we got lovely The First Day stuff and more. That's the end of this week in SAO. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this week's episode and subscribe for more. I'll see you next week. Until then, stay cool.